Oh, hello. Welcome back to my virtual universe of true love. My name is Emily Sussman, and we are going to do another chapter of Recovery Storytime. Reading, of course, from The Addict's Guide to Recovery, written by me and illustrated by the supremely talented Jessie Larson. Today we're on Chapter 6, Love is What You Need. I'll show you this lovely illustration by Jessie. I don't know about you, but I can count at least 10 therapists I've had over the past 20 years. I've been prescribed at least 15 different antidepressants, anti-anxiety medications, and mood stabilizers. And I've bought so many self-help books, I could start my own lending library, specializing exclusively in personal dysfunction. Books about addiction, books about recovery, about depression, about anxiety, about codependency, books about changing my mindset, my habits, my diet, my environment, my relationships, and just about every other facet of my life that the self-help industry could think of. I've bought and tried and consumed all this stuff with the honorable intention of making myself a happier, healthier person. Some of it helped me achieve a basic level of functioning. Some of it helped me understand myself better. Some of it was just plain entertaining. But none of it helped my true self get stronger or weakened my addict one bit. In other words, none of it helped me recover. Yet, as I write this today, I'm the happiest and healthiest I've ever been. What changed me wasn't the books. It wasn't the medications. It wasn't even the therapists. Not the way I used to lie to them anyway. The craziest thing is that what's worked for me has been absolutely free, not to mention plentiful. What's worked has had nothing to do with the latest advances in addiction research or psychology. And at this point, I can honestly say that what's working for me doesn't really feel like work at all. But before I discuss the divine and miraculous solution that's given me the power to free my true self from the chains of my addict, I would like to make one request. That you close your eyes for a moment and visualize your mind as an open door. No locks, no fences, no complicated security codes. Now, leave that door open for the duration of this book, if you will. Even just a crack, if that's all you can manage. Thank you. Here goes. What keeps me sober, what keeps me healthy, and what keeps me happy today is love. Not watching YouTube videos about love. Not listening to podcasts about love. Not reading about love, not meditating on it, or taking master classes on it, or even sitting around talking about it. What's worked is actually going out and practicing love. With other people, yes, but with myself, unconditionally. I can assure you that before I began walking the road of recovery, I didn't know the first thing about love. But I've learned, and I'm still learning, how to accept that I need love, how to ask for love, how to give love, how to receive love, how to appreciate love, how to show myself love, how wonderful real love feels, and above all, how to practice love in my day-to-day life. You can learn too, my dear addict friends. That means that you too can live a peaceful, free, and happy life, safe from the soul-sucking, shame-inducing clutches of your addict. I have all the faith in the world about that. Now for the bad news. I wish I could tell you that the people you already have in your life the people you already know and love and feel more or less comfortable around, are the people who are going to teach you all about love. I wish I could tell you that those are the people who will patiently guide you along the steep and winding learning curve of love as you stumble awkwardly in the dark for a while. Alas, those are not the people who are going to help you learn how to love. As a matter of fact, the people who are going to help you learn how to love are a bunch of people you don't know from Adam right now. They're going to be people who don't know what kind of house you live in, or what you do for a living, or where you grew up, or who you're married to, or, God forbid, how much money you make. Believe me when I tell you that the people who are going to teach you how to love aren't even going to know your last name. And I can assure you that it's going to be much, much better that way. Because none of that stuff is important. Those details would all be one big, unnecessary distraction when it comes to learning how to love unconditionally. I can also assure you that these people I'm talking about, these strangers, are the people who know you better than you know yourself right now. I'll even venture to say that they know you on a deeper level than some of the people who have known you since birth. Before I elaborate on those strangers, though, let's talk about the familiar people, like your friends and family, or your coworkers, your neighbors, the one-dimensional faces that make up your social media feeds. I don't mean any offense to those people, because I know they mostly mean well. And many of them do love you, but we both know they can't possibly love all of you. That's because those people don't know or don't want to know about your addict. One of the loneliest things about those people not knowing about your addict is that they don't understand the pain it's causing you. They don't understand how powerless you feel to stop using your drug. They don't understand your feelings of despair about your own out-of-control behavior. And the fact that they don't know or understand these things exacerbates your feelings of shame, isolation, and deep, deep loneliness. Maybe those people don't know or understand your addict because you've refused to talk about it. You've denied, debated, or deflected the truth about your addict because you don't want to burden them. After all, they might be shocked to learn about the extent of the damage your addict has wrought. They might be frightened, despondent, judgmental, maybe all of the above. That's not to say that some of them haven't gotten to know your addict for themselves, even without you telling them about it. They may have had direct experience with your addict, if only because they live or work or spend the kind of time with you that makes it impossible to hide everything from them, as much as you've pretended you could. Even so, the people who have seen your addict for themselves might be pretty good at pretending too. They may have turned a blind eye and pretended they weren't seeing it. Or they may have the wrong idea about what it's going to take to overcome your addict, pretending that you're capable of freeing yourself on your own. That's why they beg and plead with you to just stop it. Just freaking stop it already. Can't you see what this is doing to me? To you? To us? Unfortunately, anyone who doesn't know or understand your addict can't give you the kind of love that will help you start letting go of your shame, isolation, and loneliness. Unconditional love. And what you need right now is love that looks straight into the eyes of your addict and refuses to back away out of intimidation, anger, or misunderstanding. You need the kind of love that gets it. That's why the first step towards connecting to unconditional love is being honest about your addict with other recovering addicts, the people who are guaranteed to get it. I'll be talking more later on about how that connection works. For now, it's enough to say that the honesty and unconditional love you'll be learning to practice in recovery will ultimately allow you to make a peaceful home within your true self in your very real life. It's going to feel more and more natural, as well as necessary, to share your true self with an expanding circle of friends and family, and as a loving contributor to the world around you. Welcome, my dear addict friends, to the deeply existential journey that is recovery, where the only carry-on baggage you need to bring is honesty, open-mindedness, and the willingness to love and live as your true self. If there's one seed I want to plant in your heart as we begin to walk this road together, it's a sense of shameless hope in your bright and beautiful future in recovery. So here's the first thing we're going to have to do. Starve your addict and put your true self on an embarrassingly excessive diet of love, and even more love. Unconditional love. That was, what chapter was that? Love is What You Need, Chapter 6, from The Addict's Guide to Recovery. Available on Amazon, online, wherever books are sold. Please, don't even have to buy the book. Just come back for more. I'll see you soon. Much love.